Dude, I'm just a human. I'm a guy that just likes to be half naked in the jungle and putting my feet in the dirt and absorbing all the beautiful fulvic acids and freaking ions and minerals and energies that come from her, because this is healing. This is healthcare. Look at that. Yep. So now with this understanding and shining light, no pun intended, on these areas that I didn't truly fully have an understanding before, where I did have a bit of ignorance, and I do apologize for that. I never did say that I didn't believe in Jesus. I just didn't understand. God, this is God. Good morning, Bretty gang and my family here on the internet. We're going for a little walk. We're gonna go for a little jungle stroll. Well, I guess I can just show you how lucky I am to be staying where I'm currently staying, with the access I have to nature quite literally at my doorstep. So this is the house I'm living in. And this is the jungle. The entrance is literally right at my doorstep. Pretty spectacular. The house that I'm living in has 3 different units. I'm on the top floor, as you guys saw. There's a middle unit and then another single unit down below. It's a really unique space, and I actually don't think I shared with you guys the story of how I came across this house and the people that own it. It was a few years ago when I first came here to Mexico, and I was doing training on the beach. Butter and I were running around, getting our exercise in, I guess you could say, and a man approached me, and he was really nice. We just chatted for about half an hour about life and, you know, what I'm doing here and why, and I shared with him my purpose of coming down those 2 years prior to this with my intention to heal and just try to figure out what the heck's going on inside my heart and my body, my spirit, my mind. And fast forward a year later, Scott invites me over to dinner. He introduces me to his wife, and before you know it, these people are like family to me, and I truly mean this. They have brought me into all of their homes. In Canada, I visit them in Canada. They're from Vancouver, and when they're not here living in their house that they built 6 months of the year, well, they offered it to me, so I'm renting it from them, and it's just a very beautiful situation that unfolded with ease. And Scott and Sue, if you're watching this, you guys have changed my life for the better, and I hope I've done the same for you. So yeah, just very, very thankful to have friends that trust me with their own home and have allowed me to reside in it for the last few months. Now, there's an animal skin here. I don't know what this is. I think that's an armadillo. There's some really crazy wildlife here in Mexico, believe it or not. I'm here sharing what's happening in my life. I want to keep it raw for you guys and just be transparent and let you guys in on what's going on in my life and my mind and my heart. And recently it's just been a lot of beautiful stuff and things that have come in and come out, like life does, ups and downs and ins and outs, and people come and go and experiences come and go. Well, if I'm honest with you guys, I've been diving really deep into Jesus and Christianity, and well, I shouldn't say Christianity, because I wanted to dive deep into the figure himself before it was divided into different religions. And I have to say, like, over the years of trying to find what resonates with me, you know, I did the yoga teacher training a few years back, and the archetypes from the East and Asia, like Krishna and the divine feminine and Shiva and Shakti and all these things, and Buddha with Hinduism and all those sorts of things, those really deeply resonated with me because it opened my eyes to the creation and the divine, and that served me, and it still really serves me because it's helped me connect with Mother Earth herself, and just looking at life a bit easier. But over the last few months, ironically enough, after opening up about it, about religion and Jesus, I've had some really profound experiences recently, and that's why I wanted to make this video, is because I wanted to share that with you guys. I know you guys see me doing all this new stuff that you're not used to seeing me doing. I mean, this is Bret, as you know, from the past, but with these retreats and being in a new place, and I get it, it's hard for you guys to grasp, but it's my life, and if it wasn't shared on the internet, no, you know, there would be no judgments. There would be no one telling me what's right and what's wrong. And when there's noise from hundreds of thousands of people on the internet telling you what to do, it can be really hard on the heart. That's not your heart, that's your brain. On your brain and your heart and your spirit, which is totally unnatural. But I'm very thankful that I still have you guys here, because I know my purpose, and that's to provide something that is gonna make you a better person and help you evolve and embody who you truly are, because that's my path. That's what I'm currently doing, and that's what just feels good. So during those retreats, I was questioning everything again, right? And shout out to Bioculture Retreats. There's a lot of fallen trees and stuff, so I got to be careful where I'm stepping. The retreats, the best thing that's ever happened to me. I did come down here to Mexico with the intention to learn about business and to educate myself of how to actually monetize these platforms in a way that's going to provide more life for people. Because I know you see all these creators and influencers out here just promoting the wrong thing, and whether that's junk food or apps and games. And you know, in the past, if I've ever promoted something that doesn't align with who I am now, well, that was who I was, and I am what I speak, not what I've spoken. And that's why forgiveness is the biggest thing, and just take people for as they are, because people change, and I've changed. Bioculture really opened my eyes to that. You know, as an influencer and creator, there are brands and companies out there that are providing and supporting more life for the people of the planet, like NADS, organic underwear, or EMR tech with the red light devices, which has been around for hundreds of years. Not hundreds, maybe like 100 years. The red light technology, anyways. When you start to understand spectrums of light, you really understand how beautiful red light and near infrared and reds are, and how they affect our bodies on a cellular level, because there's anecdotal evidence, there's science behind it, there's scientists that use this technology, and it works. So falling into that, so I guess bringing it back to, you know, yeah, again, why I came down here. I really wanted to learn about how I can actually, you know, start to become more financially free and be able to fulfill these desires that I have, which is now, you know, I want to farm, I want to have cows, I want to have my own animals, I want to have kids, I just want to disattach and be off grid, and trying to cultivate ways that are going to allow me to do that in the near future. And that's why I came down, was to learn how I could set myself up for more freedom. And within these bioculture retreats, and creating this community with people that are just eager to get after it and to evolve and to create companies, and I just learned so much. And now I have a business launching in the next month that you guys are going to be a part of, and it was everything that I asked for in the beginning. Oh shit, I don't know how the hell to get through here. Sorry, I'm trying not to get sidetracked. I'm trying to just keep this raw and real with you guys, but also pay attention to the nature around me at the same time. Where was I? I absorbed what I asked God for prior to coming down here. And when I was praying to God, I wasn't praying to Jesus, I was praying to, you know, the essence of life. God. What is God? The light, the everlasting light. And, you you know, fast forward a few more months, I decided to stick around because I was just absorbing and learning so many beautiful things that I could feel my growth. Part of that growth was meeting people who were really aligned with Jesus, and them sharing their stories with me about how their lives have changed because of understanding. Oh, look at mushrooms. Ah, ADHD. Look at that. I don't know what kind those are. Those are cool though. Shout out to my fungi fans. I don't know if you can identify what that is, but that's cool. I just gotta find a stick to do some bushwhacking because I am marching into unknown territories. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I'm starting to sweat too. It's freaking hot in here. I have to be careful of ticks and everything too while I'm in here because, oh fuck, you know what? Some things, when you listen to your intuition, you just don't do. It's too overgrown. I know there's ticks right now. My friends have been coming across rattlesnakes and stuff. I'm barefoot. All right, come on, use the brain. It's okay sometimes to not do it for the vlog. And I found these people that just shared their stories of Jesus, and because they understand, and I think when we understand things is when we learn to fall in love with them. So what did I do? I started diving into the story of Jesus again. And you know, I grew up Christian. I went to Sunday school. I went to Bible camp. I did all that stuff. But as a kid, for me anyways, I wasn't absorbing it. I mean, you're a kid. You're more focused on this than trying to understand the deepness to these avatars and these men and women. And so I started to read the Bible because I wanted to understand. I started watching YouTube videos of the story of Jesus, the story of mankind, and trying to understand how a lot of people on this planet view the Creator and the creation. Going back to the Old Testament and then the New Testament, and just something as simple as the story of Adam and Eve and how Satan and the devil and the darkness was present ever since the beginning of time. And that's what started to resonate, was seeing that a lot of these religions and belief carry the same essence of what this is, the duality and the light, and how there's just so much darkness and bad things on this planet that are always trying to overtake God and light and the beautiful purpose of trying to raise the frequencies around the planet so everybody is just here living a very beautiful life as we should. So now with this understanding and shining light, no pun intended, on these areas that I didn't truly fully have an understanding before, where I did have a bit of ignorance, and I do apologize for that. I never did say that I didn't believe in Jesus. I just didn't understand. God, this is God. Everything here is God. We're a part of that. It's just so beautiful. This is just the process that now I'm going through, is connecting with the man himself. And I've called upon him during my meditations, when I would usually call upon, you know, what I've been immersed in here in Mexico, because I understand it, the way these indigenous tribes have their religions, I guess you could say, with the fire being the creator, and the light, and their different archetypes that they have through a more spiritual approach, in the essence of like nature and all the elements, the directions and the animals and all this stuff. So I just love diving into everybody's understanding, because we're all born with a filter, a lens over our eyes, whether we're indoctrinated into a system or whether, you know, we are just surrounded by only a single belief. So that's been my life, as you guys know. Over the years, I've just been bipping and bopping around, following my heart and listening to my intuition, to what just truly resonates with me and what makes me feel alive. And I feel so alive recently compared to moments that have happened in the past that have been really dark and been really horrible. But now I don't look at these situations as horrible things. I look at them as a process, because without the struggle, we wouldn't know how good the good days are. It's just like how we appreciate the sun so much more when we embrace the rainy days. So I'm here, and I'm here with an open heart and an open mind, as I always have been. And to see negativity be more relevant on my channel because you guys don't understand what I'm going through, it's tough. I don't know, if you're part of my community still and you understand this, just be there in support of getting rid of the negative and the dark. And I'm guilty for it, from feeding the beast. Even the video that I posted about sharing my experience with what happened down south in the Philippines, like, yes, it's true, I'm living in my truth, it happened, but I fed the beast and I fueled the fire. And with that, it's the duality's there. So I'm feeding something dark at the same time as speaking my truth. I guess, yeah, it's something that you learn as you grow as a human, of what to do and what not to do, because it's not that it's not right, but it's going to attract more of that heavy, low vibrating energy, which is something I'm trying to just absolutely diminish in my life. I think this is quartz. Now, anytime before I take something, I always make sure that I ask the land and the territory and nature if I can have permission to receive something from her. So this is what I do. Hey, thank you for embracing me. Thank you for allowing me to be here on your land. I come across this beautiful mound of quartz crystal, and I would like to take a piece of it with me. So that energy that I'm feeling here now, that is full of this beautiful light and ambience and essence of just love. That's what I'm feeling anyways right now. So yeah, so con permiso, con placer, con amor. Gracias. That's all you have to do. So I'm gonna take a little piece of this because this is just freaking cool. Look at that. Little rock from the jungle. And I usually use these on my shrines where I meditate with all my other little shamanic and fun little things and crystals and rock. Look at this, you guys. This is, oh gosh. Who's this guy? Now this, every time I sit and I pray and I meditate with this in my shrine, this has the energy of here now. So if you're a rock person, or love collecting crystals and stuff, you'll understand. Muchas gracias. So here I am. Take me as I am. I am that I am. And I'm trying my best. It's my first time around this earth. I'm not perfect. And there's a lot of expectations that the internet has with people and figures. And dude, I'm just a human. I'm a guy that just likes to be half naked in the jungle and putting my feet in the dirt and absorbing all the beautiful fulvic acids and freaking ions and minerals and energies that come from her, because this is healing. This is healthcare. This is free healthcare. God, a lot of people are just struggling and they're not just doing the simplest things to improve their overall health. Nature, proper diet, exercising daily. Ask yourself these questions if you're someone who is in a tough place. Because I've been in and out of those places, and the things that seem to help me are truly free. Immersing in nature, grounding with your feet in the freaking earth, eating pure, organic, single ingredient foods that have no pesticides or toxic chemicals, wearing clothes that also don't carry those dark, negative, horrible vibrations with the toxic chemicals from the manufactories in which they're produced. It goes as deep as that into my thought anyways, and understanding with the science that comes behind all of this stuff that has been normalized. And it's so sad that it's been normalized, and it's so sad that a diet is considered a diet when just eating healthy is considered abnormal. It's part of the system that's been created. There's a lot of money in sick people, and there's not so much money in being healthy. So I think you understand where I'm coming from with this. Just increasing your aura and connecting with the essence of what we've been given since the beginning of time, that our ancestors have used to heal. not prescribed medications, not all this other stuff and things that we think that are good, which aren't. Truly, for me, I'm so grateful that there are companies out there that have a mission behind their business, like NADS. It's products that I actually use day to day, and it just so happens that I contacted them and reached out and was like, hey, let's work together because I support your purpose. And they said, you know what, let's give it a try. So that's what we're doing. Supporting more life, supporting Bret Maverick, being able to keep creating, keep providing beautiful stuff for the people of the planet. I'm all about it. But I support NADS, organic underwear for men, because I understand it and why they're gonna stick around from now to the end of time on here and in my life. I mean, their purpose is very broad, but one of the main points with their mission is to decrease the ingestion and absorption of microplastics leaching into our genitalia as humans. And like, to break it down for you, like, what are microplastics? Microplastics are plastics anything smaller than 5 millimeters. There are multiple different ways that we can, as humans, ingest these microplastics. Whether that's through ingestion, inhalation, dermal contact through your skin, there's multiple ways that these things can infiltrate us as humans. And the terrifying thing is once these microplastics are in our tissues physically, it can't be reversed. Just like the study that I shared in the last video about the studies that were done on humans and dogs and the test samples in the tissue. Once it's in our tissues, it can never be reversed. And those test samples came from men's testicles. They donated their bodies to science, of course, and they, you know, picked apart these humans. Look at this rock. Wow. See, it's the little things that get me going in life. Ah, look at this. And as you Filipinos would say, tabi-tabi po. There are a few ojo de Dios, the eye of gods, and those offer a form of protection. So people have come to these spots and left offerings for whatever reasons it may be. And that's what I love about Mexico, is this stuff is just relevant everywhere. It's mind-boggling, the stuff that they add to plastics in order for them to be used for their intended purpose. Something like BPA that's added to plastic to make it transparent. BPAs are a thing that really interfere with our hormonal systems. You know, there's another thing called DEHP, a phthalate. A phthalate, I think it's actually phthalate, not phthalate. A phthalate, which is used as a plasticizer to make plastic and materials more flexible. A lot of that stuff is found in, guess, yeah, your freaking underwear. Along with PFAs and PFCs. PFAs are a man-made chemical that's used to like waterproof clothing and used in like cleaning sprays and yeah, a lot of like water resistant materials, which are also found in your clothing and your underwear. Wow, look at all these mushrooms, man. And PFCs are the ones that help prevent stains, which is not natural. Things should stain. In nature, things just stain. You have organic stuff, yeah, it'll just stain because that's how it works. Oh frick, yeah. Look at this gorgeous tree. Oh my God. In all of her magnificence, look at this trunk. This is what lights me up. This is what gives me life, is seeing and connecting with things that are just here as they are. I heard something. I'm kind of getting freaked out, I'm not gonna lie. It's summertime, it's rainy season, so as you can tell, everything's starting to just freaking grow over and everything's coming in. It's a bit intimidating. But you do not manifest those things. We feel ourselves in our future set of shoes in the end of this hike when we're home, safe and sound, feeling good. You know, these Ojo de Dios, this indigenous spiritual practice that has been going on for almost 10,000 years, probably if not longer, in a lot of the Huaraca tradition here. That's the system that they were indoctrinated into, is this, and that's their way, that's what they know is right. And you go on the other side of the planet, you know, where we're from, and a lot of it's the system of religion and certain beliefs. So yeah, I don't know, I love learning about it all. We're gonna go in the salt water after, so we don't actually get any friggin' tickies. Look at that. Yep. Bet you thought you'd never see a jungle crab, did you? Getting back to just Bret and his purpose and just trying to provide things to you guys that are gonna actually improve your overall health and well-being. I'd say the scariest ingredient out of all of them is the formaldehyde that they use in order to create these synthetic pieces of material and clothing and underwears. If you don't know what formaldehyde in its pure form is a highly toxic natural gas, which is used in paint coatings, finishes, sprays, paint thinners, fertilizers, pesticides, which are sprayed on foods. I don't know how this has been normalized. Part of me actually does understand, but there's certain things we can and can't talk about here on YouTube without getting banned. You know, now that you're educated a little bit more about how these toxic chemicals can truly leach into us through our biggest organ, our skin. If you don't think that we can't absorb materials in through our skin, you're crazy. This is our biggest organ. The sun is absorbed by our skin. Your face creams, your toothpastes, your toxic sunscreens, anything that you put on your skin is absorbed, you know, because what we wear is what we consume. You know, that's why I'm fully on board with NADS and their mission. Basically, all of those toxic chemicals are endocrine disruptors. They mess with our hormones. They mess with your infertility. They mess with your sex drive, your libido, men. Like, all of these things are the essence of what make us men truly men. If it's gonna hinder our testosterone production and libido and all this stuff like that, that's a part of life that is being sucked away from you slowly. And it's a scary thing because it's a slow and steady process, but I hope this resonates with you guys because it resonates with me. That's why I'm all in, and that's why I'm sharing this stuff with you. I mean, I'm outside going on a walk in the jungle. Probably the average person's not gonna wear underwear in the middle of nowhere, but I am. I wear these especially on a hot day, so my nuts can breathe and I can regulate my temperatures. It's kind of just a win-win. So I got a code, I got a link. If you guys want to save some money and you want to start getting rid of all of your synthetic, toxic, chemical-filled underwear, this is a step in the right direction. So yeah, I'm here to help. Shout out to NADS. Let's go, boys. And just look at that. We made it.